What's going on, guys? Tiger here. I got this quick little video about the UFC 146 that's happening tomorrow night in Las Vegas, I believe, and it's a big card. If you guys don't watch MMA, if you're just getting into MMA, I suggest you definitely tune in somehow, some way. Order it on pay-per-view. You can watch it online some ways, and you can also get a Buffalo Wild Wings, various restaurants out there that all you have to do is buy a meal and then they'll show the fights for free at the restaurant. So I suggest you guys definitely check out this card. It's stacked from top to bottom. The main event of the night is going to be Junior Dos Santos, the UFC heavyweight champion, versus Frank Mir, which is a fight I'm really excited about because Frank Mir is one of my favorite heavyweights, and I'm glad that since All-Star Overeem had to step out, Frank Mir is jumping into this fight. Hopefully he wins the belt, and he exposes Junior Dos Santos for what he really is, who is a fraud, I believe. I think he's a fraud because all he has is great stand-up. He has great stand-up ability, but Frank Mir, he'll expose the ground game, and he will submit Junior Dos Santos, I believe. And I just can't wait for this card. It's stacked top to bottom. All the main card is all heavyweight fights, I believe, and heavyweights always put on a great show. They always put up spectacular knockouts, and they just keep going at it till they're completely gassed out, I believe. And the undercard's gonna be broadcasted on FX, I think. So you guys can check it out for free there. And there's going to be Facebook fights. There's various ways to watch this fight. So that's somehow, some way, you guys tune into this fight because the card is stacked. Like I said before, if you're just getting into the sport, definitely watch this card because you're going to love it. But you see, I'm controlling Frank Mir in this fight, and I believe he's going to start off standing up. Fight standing up and then eventually take Junior Dos Santos to the ground and throw in a submission on him. Because Junior Dos Santos, if you don't know him, he recently won the heavyweight title and he's never been on the ground. All his opponents he has TKO'd on the feet or KO'd. And he's just been killing people on the feet, But Frank Mir, he's no slouch on the feet. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting fight. Maybe Frank Mir can actually beat him standing up. You never know. You never really know coming into these MMA fights and these UFC fights because they've been training for months. So you don't know. We don't know how Junior Dos Santos' ground game is. I know he trains with Big Nog and the Nogueira brothers over at Black House, and I think he has a black belt too in jiu-jitsu. But you never know with these MMA guys. Maybe he has spectacular ground game and we just don't know really, but all I know is Frank Mir, he's a total package. He has good striking. You can call it average or above average striking. His kickboxing, is very well, and his ground game is his bread and butter. That's his stuff. That's the thing that he uses to just destroy his opponents. He submitted Brock Lesnar. He submitted Nogueira, first person to ever submit Nogueira. That was a big thing in the MMA world because Nogueira is the king of jiu-jitsu. He's the king of everything ground game, everything jiu-jitsu. And Frank Mir went out there and tapped him out, broke his arm, I believe. And he also knocked out Nogueira before in a previous fight too. So Frank Mir, I believe, he should be the champion. He's the ultimate package. He has everything you want in a champion, basically. And I believe he's going to expose Junior Dos Santos, his weak ground game, and walk out a two-time UFC heavyweight champion. And then on the card, you also have former heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez fighting. You have Roy Nelson fighting. You have the card is stacked top to bottom. You guys should definitely check out this card, UFC 146. And yeah, guys, like I said, if you never watch this fight, I know I keep saying it, but if you never watch this fight, definitely tune it in and watch this fight. It's gonna be a good card. It's gonna be a good stacked fight. Oh yeah, just look it up online. The whole card and the whole main card's heavyweight, so it's gonna be exciting. One of the most exciting matches on the card, but I believe, is Stefan Struve versus Lavar Johnson. But you guys don't know Lavar Johnson. He just fought 2 weeks ago, and he knocked out Pat Barry and on the Fox show, I believe. I don't know. I only watch the pay-per-views really, sometimes the Fox shows. But yeah, guys, you see on the screen right here, Frank Mir's throwing in a knee bar. He's cranking it on Jistu Santos, and this is what I believe that's gonna happen in real life. It might not be a knee bar, but somehow, some way, he's gonna lead Jistu Santos to the ground and throw on the knee bar and just tap him out, or throw on a choke, or throw on an armbar. You never know. He's so versatile. He can do anything on the ground. His jiu-jitsu is nice and crisp. His wrestling, his takedown, everything about him. I think he's the total package. He's the total fighter. We don't know how Jistu Santos is. Really, he could be the total fighter too. We just never know with his ground game. His ground game is so... We don't know yet. We've never seen him on the ground, so you never know. Then you have Cain Velasquez fighting on this card, former heavyweight champion, fighter that I like too, Cain Velasquez. He was supposed to be taking on tigerxlr Overeem, but Overeem got into some trouble. That's for another video. If you guys don't know the story, just look it up. But tigerxlr Overeem got into some trouble, and now Cain Velasquez is going to be fighting Antino Bigfoot Silva. He's not in the game, so I just put an tigerxlr Overeem for this video game simulation. He's since what's his face is not in the game. But yeah, I believe Cain Velasquez is gonna make quick work of Antino Bigfoot Silva. I do think he's an overrated fighter. His only big one was against Fedor and Emelianenko, who's the most overrated fighter in the history of anything MMA based. He's so overrated, but that's for another story too. But yeah, I think Cain Velasquez is going to take him down, make quick work, ground and pound, 101. He has a wrestling background, which I love since I'm a wrestler too. And he's just going to take him down and just beat him up. That's what Cain Velasquez do. If he needs to stand up, he'll stand up. He has good kick. Somehow watch these fights. These fights are going to be nice, explosive fights. It's just going to be a good time. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.